Alright guys, the new Barou rework is actually insane. And I'm not talking about our current Barou's rework, I mean the real rework for the Barou. The new style, and today we really need to talk. Because the Snowlock event is already crazy enough, but the leaks we just got about Krampus Barou are on a completely different level. I mean, something the game has literally never tried before? Just to spoil, the new Barou will have 3 different modes. Offense, defense, and kill everything mode. And each mode will have around 20 variation moves. So yeah, it's something that might change how limited styles work entirely. And if these leaks are accurate, and they come from the same lead dev who confirmed Elf Emperor days before release, then we are looking at the most overloaded, most experimental, and potentially most broken style Blue Lock Rivals has ever had. So, let's get straight into it. One of the lead developers officially confirmed that Krampus Barou will have 3 different modes: offense, defense, and special defense, and something he literally called Kill Everything mode. I'm not even joking, that is the actual name. And each mode will have around 20 variation moves. Not 20 moves total. 20 variations for each mode. You heard that correctly. That means Krampus Barou is going to have more moves than Rio, more variation than any NEL style, more depth than any limited style we've seen so far, and this is the insane part. His basic moves will have cutscenes. Yes, not awakenings. Basic moves. Imagine using a normal shot, or a normal dribble, or a trap, and the game zooms into a mini cinematic showing Barou crushing the ball, firing a shot, or tearing through defenders. This is not something the game has ever tried before. The closest comparison would be Kaiser Impact in Awakening mode, but even that is not a base move. This is the first character in the entire game where you activate a standard ability and get a cutscene. Whether that's good or bad is something we'll discuss in a moment, but from a gameplay perspective, this is absolutely wild. And this brings us to the biggest question players are already asking. Is this healthy for the game? And honestly, I think the answer depends on 2 things. First, how long the cutscenes are. If they're 2 or 3 seconds, and if there is an option to disable them, then this could actually become a super fun gimmick that makes limited styles feel more premium. But if they're long, unskippable, and interrupt gameplay too often, then we might have a problem. Because imagine a lobby with 4 people using Krampus Barou. Every time someone uses a dribble or a steal, the screen goes cinematic. The entire match might turn into a mini anime episode. Cool for highlights, maybe not cool for ranked matches. But again, we don't know the final implementation yet. And the lead dev specifically said they want to try something new. So at least they're experimenting with something fresh, rather than recycling the same formula for every limited style. Now let's talk about something else that's connected to all of this. The same lead developer also asked the community whether we want limited flow, not flow styles, but actual temporary limited flows tied to certain events. And the community overwhelmingly said yes. Which means in the near future, not only will we get limited styles, but also limited flows that could appear during events or in special spins. And honestly, this feels like the next logical step. The game is expanding its evolution system, its limited style system, and now its flow identity system. So we might be entering a phase where characters have special holiday flows, seasonal flows, or even synergy flows. And considering how strong the demand is, I think we're almost guaranteed to get them. Maybe not for Barou specifically, but definitely for some of the future limited styles. Now, before I go deeper, let me say something to all of you watching. If you enjoy the content, if these breakdowns help you stay up to date, or if you just appreciate the effort, dropping a like and subscribing genuinely boosts my motivation more than you think. It takes you 1 second, and for creators like me, it's a huge push. But anyway, thank you, and let's get back to business. And yeah, this might look like a joke at first, but knowing how the devs operate, especially in the official Blue Lock Rivals Discord, they don't usually write things like this just for fun. So I really hope this isn't a troll. And if it is a joke, well, you can blame Melted for it, one of the lead devs. Melted, if you're watching this, hey man, this one's on you. So let's revisit the 20 variations thing, because I still don't think people understand how insane that is. If Krampus Barou has 20 move variations across 3 modes, then the developers are giving him everything. Literally everything. This means, guaranteed, he will have a steal move. He will have a dribble move, a shot move, dash, a trap. He will have a zigzag. He will have a defensive counter. He will probably have a stun or a stagger effect. Everything. And on top of all of this, each of those could change depending on what mode you're using. And if you think this sounds overpowered, yeah, it absolutely does. This could easily become the strongest limited style ever made if the devs don't balance it properly. Because if one style has access to every major mechanic in the game, and on top of that gets cutscenes and mode switching, then why would you use anything else? This is why I'm hoping they handle the balancing very carefully. On paper, this sounds like a win everything style. If you unlock Krampus Barou, maybe you don't even need other styles. But that only works if he's balanced through cooldowns, mode restrictions, and move strength. And yes, I said cooldowns. But the dev literally said 0 cooldown, which is terrifying. 0 cooldown on variation moves? If that's actually how it works, I'm not sure how the meta is supposed to survive that. Now let's compare this to something we've already seen before. Remember how Rio was the first style with offensive and defensive modes? His awakening changed depending on which mode he was in. Well, picture that, but multiplied by 10. Krampus Barou will be the next step in that experiment, but with way more depth, more options, more animations, and more mechanics. And if Rio already felt complex to new players, Barou is going to feel like piloting a Gundam. Another thing I worry about, and I know some of you do too, is what a lobby will look like if even 2 players have this style. Imagine during Awakening you're already used to a long cutscene. Now imagine Barou having cutscenes on regular moves. What happens when 2 or 3 people use him at the same time? The match might turn into animation overload. Fun for content creators, maybe stressful for competitive players. But overall, regardless of concerns, this shows that the devs are clearly trying to push the boundaries of what limited styles can do. And that's something I respect. They're not afraid to innovate even if it means taking risks. And honestly, Barou is the perfect character for this kind of experiment. His personality is big, loud, aggressive, and dramatic. He fits the anime villain cutscene machine identity extremely well. So when is he coming out? There is no confirmed date yet, but I'll be real with you. I think he's dropping this week. We never get this many leaks unless a style is extremely close to release. Even Elf Emperor didn't get this much attention before launch. But Krampus Barou? He's everywhere. Polls reference him, and the Snowlock event has 4 remaining styles. Barou is the one with the biggest hype behind him, so unless something goes wrong, expect him to drop before the weekend or at the weekend. And now I want to hear your thoughts. Are you excited? Are you worried? Do you think the 3 modes and 20 variations are going to break the game? Or do you think this is exactly the kind of crazy update the game needs right now? And who are you personally waiting for more? Krampus Barou, Frost Loki, Lavinio Klaus, or Gingerbread Charles? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, thank you for all the support, and trust me, once Krampus Barou drops, we will analyze every detail of his kit. See you in the next one.